Well, I got my money back in 4 weeks. So,
Do you want to say that again? She got her money back in 4 weeks. Now, did I probably say you'd make your money back in 4 weeks? That's my
yeah, I thought you were joking. And I thought, well, I'll risk it for a biscuit. I thought, I'll do it anyway. I like him. It's all right.
Hey guys, I am here with another case study, and I'm super excited to be bringing you one of my amazing favorite clients. I'm just going to throw out the favorite out there. She is so incredible in so many ways. We started together, I think it was 7 months ago. I connected with her through a group, and I remember we jumped on a call together, and she wasn't expecting to pretty much sign up to a coaching program with me, but you know how I am. I was fun, I was cheeky, and I got her across the line. And I've got Katie here. Katie Cooper is an awesome coach. She's done so many successful things. She's made £225,000 in the last 7 months of working together. Talk about authenticity. She is so authentic in so many ways. And, we always have fun in our sessions and, during the sessions as well. And thanks for jumping on, Katie. And my pretty much intention with these case studies is because I know a lot of people out there are coaches. They struggle, they have the same challenges most people have around insecurity or money issues or programming issues. But I want to kind of bring it back to when we first started together. I remember jumping on a call and you're a little bit nervous at that time. You wanted to do it, but tell us a little bit about what was that thought when we first started, and kind of like how have you felt the coaching's gone up to this point?
When we got on that call, it was because I wanted to come to your retreat.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And I had no idea that you were going to sell me like one-to-one coaching. But
I didn't have an idea either. No, I did.
Of course not. Of course not. But it was one of those things that it just felt right. It was in the right time. I felt like really excited by it, really scared by it. And I was suddenly like, well, if I want to come to your retreat, then surely I want to explore one-to-one coaching as well. Yeah. I wouldn't come to your retreat otherwise.
Yes.
So I just went all in on it. And it was like, I was guided to do it. It was absolute perfect timing. And it was so much more. It is so much more than I thought it would be. I justified in my business brain that I needed to coach with you to sort my sales out.
Yes.
And that made it all make kind of logical sense. Yeah, I'm going to nail my sales. I'm going to make more money.
Yeah.
And it didn't turn out to be like that at all, or even about that. Yeah, I sell. I'm happy with that. And you taught me that. But it was about everything around it. That's what's growing my business.
Well, don't you realize I think there's so many people out there that would be like, I just want to make sales. I just want to make sales. But like you would know, like even when you were starting, you were making money before, we started and everything like that. But I'm like, you probably came and said, I could just fix my sales ability. Like everything would change. Now, has that been true? Obviously as a skill set, or do you feel like there's been a lot more of an emotional shift? Like a lot of the stuff I talk about, the programming stuff and all that kind of stuff. Do you feel like that has something to do with, the success that you've had?
Yeah, I would have put sales at the top to start with. If I can nail that process, I'm quite process driven, black and white, that'll do it. I'd say it's probably like third on the list now. The most important thing I do every day is the internal work. And if I feel myself floundering, not making the steps and things I want to do, I double down on that. I don't get on more sales calls because then the sales come. They just pop in.
How have you been able to do 225,000 and you've got 3 kids, like, and they're grown up kids as well, like they're growing up and everything like that. You've got a husband. How the hell have you been able to pull this off? Like, you know what I mean? Like so many people out there saying, I've got kids and, I've got a husband and it's hard. And, what's your kind of mindset? And like, let's just say if someone was out there saying those things, what would your advice be to those people?
It would be to trust your instinct. I think if you feel driven to do something like that, to go all in and trust it, because I earn more money now than I ever have before and I work less hours. And that's because I'm laser focused on what I'm doing because I do the inner work and I trust the process. Trust is a big thing for me. You've taught me loads around that. It's done. Trust it. Do your visualization, do your daily gratitudes, lean into it, and the rest just takes care of itself. And that fits around anything in your life. You can be manifesting whilst you're preparing the kids' tea. You can be doing some extra mindset work on the school run. It depends how badly you want something.
I love it. So I think money is, like I always say to you, I'm like, the money you've made's awesome, but I feel like it's who you become in the process. Like you've become, even sales ability is just through the roof. I remember your sales ability went up, and then even, your sister, she works with you and everything. And then she started, doing some stuff, and, her sales ability went up and everything. But I feel like the whole emotional grasp that you've got to have in this coaching business is every single week or every month going to be perfect. Like I remember at the retreat, you came to the retreat and one of the things was you always have these super successful launches, and maybe one of the launches didn't go perfectly to plan. You still made money, by the way, which is probably more than most people, but I'm like, you still made money, but how did you feel? Can you remember at the retreat, you're like, I felt like there was something. So don't you realize it is an emotional game and it's not meant to be perfect all the time? Like, don't you feel that to people out there to create this fantasy saying, you made 225,000, like you must be so much better. No, you've had like this, right? It's always been like,
oh, you have to work still. There's this assumption that if you do A, B, and C, the money's going to fall in your lap. It's hard graft. But if you're passionate about what you do and about making a difference and serving people, it's easy to show up. It's that kind of job that you wake up in the morning and you want to get up and get on. But if you don't feel like that about it, it's not the right work for you.
Love it. I love
it. So, you've got to have the energy behind it to do it, but it's not easy. You have to be prepared to go through your brain telling you don't need to meditate today, have a day off, don't worry about your vibrational frequency. That's just a load of rubbish. And it will keep doing that to you. It's like a little dog nipping your heels.
Yes.
It never goes.
Yeah.
But you've just got to keep going because you feel a stronger need to do the work that you do.
Yes. And I always talk about my 6 times a day method. And I always say, and you're a client of mine right now. And I would say, does the method actually work? Because I always say it works. Does it work? You tell me.
Yeah, it works on so many different levels. It works because it's a habit and you condition yourself to do it and it becomes a natural break in your day. I find it a really healthy thing to do because I can get very focused on a task. I could probably sit there for 4 or 5 hours. Yes. Every time my alarm goes off every 2 hours, I'm like, right, take a break, do this thing. Yes. And it's like conditioning. I only have to hear the start of that thing play and my whole body relaxes. I slip into that zone. Yes. And if I can't access my phone or I'm somewhere else, I can now sit quietly somewhere and play the whole thing through my head myself. I don't even need the track anymore. It's just part of what I do every 2 hours.
I love it. And you feel like that has been a huge part of really grounding you and really being able to manifest into a higher level of frequency so you can attract better things?
I think it's like a constant pep up. It's like a constant reminder. If you only do your inner work once a day, it's 24 hours before you get to that again. A lot happens in 24 hours. It's harder to get into it. But if you keep topping it up, you notice then when your vibration slips because you know what you feel like when you're working at your best and you really sense it. So sometimes I might do it like every half hour if I'm having a challenging day.
Maybe I should turn it into the 18 times a day method. Like, do you reckon we can do that?
I think you should have 2 different recordings. Sometimes I need more variety. I'm like,
all right. Maybe, okay, you're calling me out now. I'm gonna have to create better recordings. Okay, but I was saying, there's people out there right now that have been following me for a long time, and they're thinking, there's this guy that your kids call me Mr. Shout Man, but like, there's people out there that say, is he just a shouty Aussie dude? Like, you tell me, what's your kind of indication of who I am? And also, let's just say, if people are out there saying, should I invest? Like, will I make my money back? What would you kind of say?
Yeah, well, I love your persona of the shouty man. And I know that gets you in front of a massive audience, but it's so also not who you really are. And I think that when you coach one-to-one with you, you have a completely different side to you.
Yes.
And what you're getting is that one-to-one complete investment in my business and my life.
Yes.
And then it's so much more about the selling. It's about the whole experience of being held accountable, guided on your way, and given tools you didn't even know existed. I say to my husband, it's like you've given me a whole new brain. I've got this like whole new bit in my body now, exploring aspects and things around life that I never even knew existed until we started coaching. And that was all because I wanted you to help me sell. That was it.
Crazy, right? Crazy. So if there's someone out there saying, oh, but it's a big investment or anything like that, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, I got my money back in 4 weeks. So,
do you want to say that again? She got her money back in 4 weeks. Now, did I probably say you'd make your money back in 4 weeks? That's my
yeah, I thought you were joking. And I thought, well, I'll risk it for a biscuit. I thought, I'll do it anyway. I like him. It's all right. No, I got my money back in 4 weeks just with some very simple strategies you taught me. So basically, we're coaching now for free. And I didn't believe anyone could do that. But it's important that you follow the processes. You can take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And it's hard work. You have to be all in. Yeah. But it was absolutely worth the investment. And if I ever say to anybody what it cost, they think you're much more than you are. They're like, oh, I thought it'd be hundreds of thousands. I'm like, no, he's not.
Yeah. So I want to say you are just the perfect ideal of perfect grateful client, person that follows through. You know, you take responsibility. Like, I can't ask for a better client than someone like you. Like, I do always talk about golden goose clients. You are the epiphany of a golden goose client. I want to say, I highly endorse everything Katie does. So go check her out. I'll put her in the tag above anyway. You can go check out her work and see what she's all about. I think a lot of people would even resonate with her. So if you're feeling her, like, go connect with her. She's very easy to get along with. But Katie, I really appreciate you jumping on and pretty much, you know, sharing a little bit about your experience. And I'm sure we're going to do this again when your results get to 1 million.
I'm sure we will.
I'm sure we will.
Thank you, Zach.
All right, I appreciate it. Thanks,
you.
Katie.